Hello guys, hope you're doing well. Went on a little walk today, fixing my hair. My hair drives me crazy sometimes. That feels better. I hope you can hear me. Anyways, I hope everyone's doing well, having an amazing day today. So look what I found. I found this cool pendant on the ground. I forget what the symbol means, but definitely means something. I'm gonna look into it. I think today I want to talk about the idea of it's never too late to start, because I've been starting a lot of things that I've always wanted to do. Like, first of all, I'm working in TV and film industry, slowly but surely, which is even up until about a year ago was, an idea that I thought wasn't even a possibility. And then now I'm taking an audio engineering class, which, again, for the past probably 10 years of my life was something I was interested in. Ever since I was 18, I'd say probably like 16 or 15. I've always been curious about making music, but I just never took action on it, which is like probably the definition of insanity. But I think a lot of women relate to this. It's because, we assume that, or just people in general, I think people just are quick to assume that their curiosities and their interests are a waste of time and that there are other things more important, worthy of our attention. But that's just the system that we live in, and quite honestly, in order to create a fulfilling life, you have to take action on the things that you want to do. Obviously, yes, we know these things, but it's much easier said than done, especially when you have obligations, you have roles to fill. If you're a parent, if you have a job, if you're working 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet, it's like kind of diluted for any person, any logical person, to hear someone say, just make time for your hobbies, when there is no time, right? But despite all this, despite knowing this, is like almost, if you need to see it as an act of resistance to create time for yourself, then let it be that. But regardless of what you do, just try to make time to do the things that you want to do, right? Because I think at the end of the day, what people really seek is just moments of presence, because that's when we feel the most fulfilled, right? Is like, we're not stressing about the future, we're not ruminating on the past, whatever activity we're immersing ourselves in, as long as we feel that presence and that flow state, that's the gold stuff right there, right? And I think that's why we associate our hobbies with reaching that flow state and kind of creating what we consider a rich life, right? So, with that said, I still gotta get used to talking when I pass by people. But take this for example. I've always wanted to make videos, so I'm doing it now. And I'll have ideas, not write it down, but I try not to overthink it too much, because I think the more I research an idea, the more I get really, really into it, and the more I get in my head about it, and then I keep postponing the idea. So, and I add more pressure on myself. So again, I think it's just a matter of having fun with it and just playing with it, All we want is to play. That's really all it is. And but the main idea, which is you can start at any time all over again. This applies to anything, any hobby, any dream you've had since you were a young kid. Maybe you wanted to be an actor. Maybe, you wanted to be a musician, but then life got in the way. I mean, I think people have this weird shame around starting over again at an older age. But honestly, I find that the more I tell people about this kind of stuff, the more I find that a lot of people are kind of in the same boat, you know? Like, A, it's really not that deep. Your age in relation to what you do really does not fucking matter. And B, a lot of people are like, people in general are more understanding than you realize, I think. Like, no one's judging you for starting to try out a new skill or a new hobby at whatever, 43, 50, 95. Because it's the act of putting yourself out there and exposing yourself to try new things. That's really where you're gonna get respect for yourself, but from others as well, because you're trying something new. You're creating those new neural pathways that, you know, at a certain age, most people just stop trying to do. Actually, I'm gonna walk this way because it's kind of loud. But yeah, it's really never too late to start. And I think on top of that, like, I was having a conversation with some classmates about this, but one person I was talking to, she's 25, and, you know, she's figuring out what she wants to do as well. She's curious about getting into the, what's it called? Entertainment industry, maybe like event planning and that sort of thing. But I find that kind of the meandering aspect of life is what makes it more interesting and more fun, because every skill set you learn along the way compounds. Like, I've been a barista, I've been a teacher, I've been an assistant, and all these skill sets are going to be useful in some way, shape, or form at one point, you know? So it's never really a waste of time. And I think, especially for more creative industries, like a title, how do I say this? Titles are so kind of pointless, I guess. What's the word? What's the word I'm thinking? Like, this is really pretty. Look at all those flowers. Ooh. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, the more people I get to know, the more people I talk to, so many people have had so many, like, it's actually average for the person to have like 2 to 3 career switches in their life. And that makes complete sense because, you know, we are dynamic people. No one is a static person. You can't be fulfilled, or maybe you can, I don't know, everyone's different, but I hope this is making sense. I'm kind of like rambling, but yeah, I think give yourself the grace to just try new things and don't put pressure on it. And I think the second you put pressure on it, you take out the fun from it, and that's when it becomes another chore, another job, because you set your expectations too high. Like, this is how I feel about making art as well and making music. Like, the whole point of it is just experimenting and exploring different sounds and seeing what sounds good, right? Because usually the less you try to make it sound good, it's just gonna sound good because it's your own, like, DNA that's embedded in it, if that makes sense. But yeah, again, just keep experimenting, keep trying. It's never too late to start all over again. And yeah.